Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a new season of Axis and Allies League play. We're once again in Generals Division. We got out in second place last season. Rod didn't lose any of his remaining games, so shame we didn't get a three-way tie for first. But anyway, today we're playing General Jippy. He is a very, very skilled player. I'd probably say he's the best, like, aggressive player. He loves to be aggressive. He goes for victory city wins. As you can see, his Axis is especially potent because of how aggressive he plays. He 2-0'd us last season. The first game, we crumpled in round two, and in the second game, I gave up on Russia 1 because I got such a disgusting start. I realized there was no reason to play. So let's jump into the game. And as always, I want to thank all the new subscribers, the commenters. You guys keep me entertained. I love reading your comments. It makes YouTube videos a lot more fun for me, and of course the paying members that get access to the videos early, so thank you for that. Let's take a look at his start. 2 infantry, 3 tanks. That's the Jippy special with 3 tanks. He hit West Russia, got one more better than average, and Ukraine one better than average, so pretty nice start for him. I'm going to stick with the tried and true 7-2-1. His start is above average, but since he had a better Ukraine and West Russia, I don't really want to tank rush him. But I will use 2 tanks. I don't like risking air in Ukraine. I'd just rather them get some sort of counterattack on me. I think I will try the sub-split since it is an advantage. I'm going to try to take a risk. I don't normally like doing these split sub attacks because it goes from the transport living like 3% of the time to like 10% of the time. And if the transport lives here, you usually just lose the game. So I try to avoid this unless I'm feeling behind. And I am feeling marginally behind at this start, so I'm going to take the risk. If we win both of these battles, it's a huge edge. It greatly delays United Kingdom's pressure on Germany. If we flub, well, there's always next game. No, not like this. Oh, thank goodness. Got my heart beating there. Losing that battleship is a huge issue for Axis. Even if the transport survives. Okay. Always do C-Zone 10 battle first, because if you kill the destroyer and win C-Zone 7, you want the subs to live over the cruiser. Well, looks like this just isn't our day. Normally, 2 out of 3 times the destroyer dies, and 1 out of 3 times the transport or the 1 out of 3 times one lives and the other dies. Well, let's hope this battle can go up, because we got a pretty rough start. Oh. Not fantastic. Not a fantastic start here. Okay, I am going to do my... Whoops. No, that is not where you go. I'm going to do my standard little trap here, where the AA dies after infantry. It's an open secret, but let's, yeah, my subs all died. Well, this is just, you know, I took a risk and things went from bad to worse. So what can you do? I know Jippy likes to trade everything really aggressively, so normally I might leave mini stacks there out for somebody to try to trade and bait, but I know Jippy will probably just trade all 3 of these anyway. So I'm going to try to leave some units back to try to slap his likely 3-way counterattack. Well, at least Transjordan went well. Alright, let's see how this goes. Let's see if we can eke back an advantage from this spot. So, alright, see you next time for Japan 1. Welcome back, it's Japan 1. Let's take a look at what Jippy did. He bought the standard fleet drop with 311, but he didn't take France, which tells me he probably thinks he has a lead and is trying to play conservative. Took that transport for free, killed 2, lost 1 in Transjordan, lost 1 in C-Zone 7, killed the battleship, lost the bomber, and no losses in 61. So pretty decent turn for him. Pretty close to average there. So, and when you're ahead, average is your friend. So I'm going to do my standard India pressure timing. I don't think we actually do have any India pressure, but I'm still gonna do it just in case. I know General Jippy loves to do the 2 ocean pressure strategy, so I could potentially try to do Pearl Harbor attack on him to nip that in the bud, but I don't really mind 2 ocean strategies that much, so if he wants to do that, he is welcome to. I am going to use 2 battleships here because I'm always a little worried when I do this fight that they're going to get the 1 and 6 to get 2 hit back, so by getting 2 battleships in there, I'm reducing the odds of tragedy, losing a boat. And since I'm not going to hit that aircraft carrier, I need to leave the my aircraft carrier, destroyer, and 1 fighter available to defend C-Zone 60. Alright, I think this looks reasonable. Let's pull the trigger. Alright. Excellent. Though ironically, Burma doesn't matter as much because they usually wipe it anyway, but... Yep, this is why I like to bring the extra planes for these fights. So I got exactly enough to one-round him. Well... We got the low side of average. You usually are supposed to lose 2 or 3, so... Can't complain about the dice there. It's mostly Russia 1 and Germany 1 that we got some less than desirable results. Okay, I want at least 1 fighter there. Put the bomber here. And I'll put this fighter here in C-Zone 61. How far can you reach? Yeah. I like the extra guy in 61 because it can put some pressure on Yakut. I don't think there are very good odds of taking Yakut. He'll probably just leave them there. I don't think I'm going to want to send 3 planes and infantry there, but if I get truly behind and desperate, depending on what happens here, I might just go for that sort of high volatility attack, I'll say that. Oh yeah, let's look at our defense profile. Ah, it's already set. I didn't have any subs anyway. Okay. Actually, can he attack this? 1, 2, 3. This is actually safe here, right? I guess I didn't need to leave anything here at all, did I? The bomber died. He can't reach 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's safe. So I lost all these transports once because I didn't notice UK put a bomber over here, and they just dove in and took out all of my transports for free, and that was a tragedy. Let's see, Russia can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're safe there. Guess I didn't really need to put these guys here, but kind of on autopilot sometimes. Interesting they put the UK fighter here. That's an odd spot to me. Okay. All right. We're a little bit behind where we should be, but we'll make do. All right, that's it for now. Catch you next time for Germany 2. Welcome back. It's Germany 2. Let's take a look at what General Jippy did. Bought 2 transports, a carrier, 4 land units. This is what I like to call the greedy buy, because you're not buying an extra destroyer, so your navy is a little bit weaker. On the other hand, you get more units, and you can just, well, usually I say you can pluck up and pull this guy right over here, but for some reason he placed the units in western US, which kind of defeats the purpose of this buy, if you ask me, because unless he's pulling with an AA gun, but I don't know, little strange by him. Anyway, for Russia, he bought a fighter, which is a little unusual. But I guess maybe since he had a really good start, he thought he could be greedy with a fighter for better trading. Hit Karelia, he got really bad dice there. Well, what did he hit us with? Let's see, that's 7 attack power versus 6. Still, we got good dice there. Average in Bury. And we got great dice in Ukraine. What did he hit us with? Yeah, great dice there. And nothing in Bella. But overall, we got really good dice here. We can't complain. Hopefully this will even up the game. And now I decided that I think I'm going to purchase a fighter, because if I do a full infantry buy, I have 3 IPCs left over, so might as well get a fighter for a little bit better trading. Okay. I'm considering whether I want... Well, let's do the moves I know I'm going to do. Let's do it this way. I'm a little tempted to hit this, but there's no transport, so it wouldn't be a great attack. So what I'm trying to decide is, do I want to blitz this or stack it? Because if I... Well, I think I want to blitz it because he has 3 US fighters coming in, so United Kingdom has the ability to hit Egypt and still hold India. So I think I'll pass on the stacking Egypt right now. I'm glad you didn't go for Morocco or anything. This, other than his Russia play, he's playing kind of conservative, if you ask me. All right, let's go do this. Jippy trades so much as Russia. Okay. Good rolls. Okay, now let's stack France. I know Jippy likes to YOLO France far more than would seem reasonable. So let's put 8 units down here. Do it like this. I'll move the AA gun up to have it in Karelia. Berlin's safe for now. Or it doesn't have to go to Karelia. I could put it in Karelia. I could move it back to Berlin. It's good just to have more options. And I'm over defending here. Let me run the numbers real quick, because I know Jippy, if it's even if it's like a little IPC negative, Jippy will sometimes just hit France. Like, he really loves just slamming into France. And then with the US, can the bomber hit it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. It's actually not as IPC negative as I would expect. What if I increase it to 5 infantry? That's really bad. Okay. Yeah, then that's a terrible attack for him. Just to be a little bit on the conservative side. Jippy doesn't like to play like long games, so even though he's one of the best players out there, if the games start, he'll take decisive battles. At least that's my impression of him. He'll take decisive battles. You know, if it's even close to being IPC positive, he'll sometimes smash it if he doesn't have better options. So I'm going to just do my best to deny him any chances of a decisive battle and try to force him into a long game that he's not as comfortable in. Okay, I think I can handle this. Alright, so pretty good first round. I think with that bad Russia attack he just had, I think we're actually in the lead now. Because that was a pretty huge hemorrhaging of units. You know, he lost 4 to kill 4, killed 1, lost 1, killed 4 for 4. I mean, technically he killed 1 more unit than he lost, but that's not what you want. On the attack, you usually want to kill 2 to 1 or ideally even 3 to 1 when you're on the attack. So that sort of barely positive trading is quite detrimental. As you saw, I just killed 3 of his units and lost 1 of mine, including a tank. So I think we're back in it. I'm not going to be as desperate and hungry for crazy fights going forward, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time for Japan 2. Welcome back, it's Japan 2. Let's take a look at what Jippy did. Bought a transport, tank, infantry, fighter, and an artillery. For combat, he took Morocco, took Burma, no losses. So a good round for him. And it looks like he's preparing to have the US land here. Which makes sense. I won't be able to attack without buying an aircraft carrier, double aircraft carrier at least, which is not the best odds. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep playing standard. I'm going to buy 6 infantry and a complex. This is my go-to move. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'll take the other tank, go here. I tried to decide if I want to hit Alaska. I think it's worth hitting Alaska here. I think it's worth it. Here. The annoying part is if I do this, he's going to have a sub that can kind of get up in my business. Actually, do I have odds on this? That's 4 units I can hit with 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not worth it. Hit with that. I think that makes sense. It's going to leave me a little weak here, but I'll manage. Actually, I'm pretty darn close to having odds on India, right? I have 1, 2. Let me quickly plug that in, just for academia's sake. What are my India odds? They're probably not that bad. 70%. 67% to capture India. Unfortunately, he can just blitz and take it back, so it's not going to be highly lucrative. But it's, if it were just, oh man, Jippy really knows how to tempt you. Really knows how to tempt you. Oh, that is very tempting to hit. 67% on India. Wait, actually, it's even better than that because I have two battleships, right? Yeah, it's 70%. I probably shouldn't do it, though. I don't need to take that kind of risk. It doesn't even give me a big reward. You can just smash in with 3 tanks, add these guys, produce there. I don't really have a follow-up. Tempting, though. Let me make sure this territory is safe here. Should be. Buryatia. Wait. I definitely don't want 2 tanks going there, that's for sure. Sorry, 2 battleships. 1 should be enough. Maybe I'll do it like that. This should 1 round him, right? Should asterisk. Wait, how many units am I even sending? Okay. Alright, I think that's good. If I hit this with more, like, just... No, I don't want to do a Burma stack. I want to pressure Russia. Man, Jippy just leaves so many of these kind of like borderline opportunities. Like, I'm like, oh, should I take that? That might be a good idea. But they're not super juicy. They're just like a little tempting. Darn. Okay. Just gonna move everything here. Normally I might do like a split stack here, but just I'm tailoring my gameplay to Jippy's playstyle here. I know what type of player he is. He loves to take aggressive, potentially highly profitable borderline battles, and I want to just not give those opportunities to him if possible. I don't really want 2 aircraft to be over there. 1 fighter is enough in my mind. Because I don't really plan to attack anything. I mostly have it there for defense. Okay, this should be sewn up tight. I don't think... Sometimes I might bother putting a unit in French Indochina Thailand just to say, hey, better defend Africa. Maybe I'll leave it there just to make him think. I'm probably going to send it towards Burma. I'm not sure where I'll send it, but probably doesn't make too much of a difference. No, maybe I'll keep it here just to defend these units from potential. There's really no potential for him to capture this if he captures this and then adds a tank, 2 fighters here. That's still a bad fight. Yeah, I'll just leave a infantry here to make him think about some stuff, I guess. But even if I did leave it there, what could I do? I could maybe take Madagascar. That's not terribly attractive. No. I'm almost certainly would head towards Western Australia. Can this bomber land somewhere better? Like maybe the bomber could land here to put more pressure on Australia? That's an interesting idea. Sometimes I think I remember Jippy planting fight. No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm so indecisive because I'm not playing the way I normally play. I'm playing anti-General Jippy. Which is a little hard. It's kind of hard to fight against your natural play style. Even when your natural play style might not be the best play style. Alright. Decent turn. We're not as far ahead as I would like. Only ahead 11 attack power after round 2, but I think we still have a lot of opportunity in this game. Japan's doing okay. Germany is doing better now that Russia hemorrhaged off some units, and hopefully I can even take West Russia. Well, probably not. He's really stacking West Russia. Yeah, he landed the UK fighters there, so he plans to stack it. Interesting. Alright, that's it for now. Catch you next time for Germany 3. Welcome back. It's Germany 2. Let's take a look at what Jippy did. He bought a fighter, 8 infantry, and a transport. Took Norway. Took Finland for free. Makes sense. Took Xinjiang, no losses. And for Russia, Ukraine lost 1, lost none in Belarusia. So pretty good turn for him, all things considered. And looking at the board state, he left me a 76% chance to clear West Russia. But I'm kind of leaning towards not taking that attack, simply because I just don't want to risk the game state on such a battle when I don't need to. I'm very comfortable with my late game play. I think much more so than maybe Jippy is, so as long as we keep stalling, maybe we can force him into doing something he regrets. So for this turn, I'm just going to buy 13 infantry and 1 artillery. And I'm going to try to keep trading down Russia. Let's see. Let's blitz. Should I send a 3rd infantry here? Maybe. Maybe, but if I do that, does he have odds here? I don't think he should. Right? I'll have 10, I have 13. I should be okay if I park some fighters there. What's my defense profile? My AA protected? I am. And I'm okay with trading out with Russia. I trade more efficiently than he does. And he's going to have some Japan-sized problems on his doorstep very soon. So let's keep trading. Maybe I'll actually add. Maybe like that's a little bit more safe. Well, let me think about this. Where do I want to land these planes? I guess I'll have 2 planes here for safety. And then I'll have 4 planes here. I should 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I should be able to discourage him from going into the med with 5 planes. Or maybe not. Let's rethink this. I can always reroute the planes elsewhere if I need to. Well, it's tough because I would ideally like the bomber to be here. So I will give him the opportunity to go into the med. I can't fight everything. Can't prevent everything. I think 2 and 1 is an okay attack. I'll just keep 1 fighter here. That should be enough. Well, God, Jippy just has me so scared because of the history. I am... What would my odds even be if he were to do, like, a concentrated 3-1 attack on me? Or maybe I'll just say it's a 2-1. It'll be easier if I just calculate... just calculate what he can do with UK. Ah, man. Yeah, I need to add more units. In fact, I'm only going to send 2 here. I played this game so much, but I still can't remember the different names of each of these territories. I'm like, Belarus, Baltic States, Poland, Bulgaria, Romania. I get them mixed up a lot. Okay, we'll go with this. Got it. Let's do the dicey one here. 1 out of 9 times or more I don't capture this. Yeah. Took 2 rounds and he got a second hit back. Well, okay results there. Okay, let's see how many units I need where to be safe. I don't want to move too many units here because he has a lot of fighters and units that he can just sack Baltic with. So I'm going to just try to maneuver my units here. Instead, how many units can he hit here with? He can, how safe am I? Sorry guys, I kind of hate to do these calculations like on the spot sometimes, but at the same time I'm like, do I really want to pause the video here? Do I really want to pause the video to do something? Okay, this should be safe. This should be completely safe. It's a little annoying. I'm getting a little sparse in Karelia here, but I think in 2 turns, once Japan gets more pressure over here, we should be good. And that's nice, I'm keeping these units here, forcing him to invest a lot to zone me out. And keeping this income as long as we can, drawing as many US forces over there as we can. No, I don't want that many units in France. I do want to keep the pressure on in West Russia. Okay, is that everything? You know, maybe I'll keep 1 extra unit here just to be on the conservative side of things. Yeah. Tight is the name of the game plan here. Alright, we are not in a great position turn 3. Despite that bad Russia 2, we are barely ahead in attack power, which means we're behind when his turn is done. So we could be in a better position, that's for sure. I guess we can start the island circuit next turn, no problem. But that's, yeah, we're a little light in pressure on Russia because I went after Australia or Alaska, which I think is definitely worth it. That's 2 IPCs for me, -2 for him. Plus, I also got, how do you say? Yeah, I'm gonna get that additional 2, so that's, I think it's worth it. Distracts the US, takes some pressure off Germany, but it does make it a bit easier on Russia. So anyway, that's it for now. See you next time for Japan 3. Welcome back. It's Japan 3. Let's take a look at what General Jippy did. He bought artillery, fighter, 5 infantry. Looks like he's finally got all his transports in position to start hitting Germany. Took Algeria for free. Hit Archangel with his fleet, which was a little interesting. You don't usually see people hit here because, 1, it's vulnerable to planes, and I have a lot of planes that could hit this. In fact, I might even attack that, depending. And 2, it puts your fleet out of position, so this is the only place you can pick up and drop. But considering he only bought 4 units, it sounds like he he doesn't plan to fully utilize his land drops. He also hit Burma. So this turn, I'm just going to buy 9 infantry and a bomber. I'm going to try to retake here. I am going to potentially sacrifice this tank to the US in order to take Evenki. I think it's worth taking the territory early. Yeah, I'm going to hit here. Now, I'm only hitting here with 1 fighter, and I'll show you the reason for that in a minute. Okay, I think I'm going to take these guys, and I'm going to go down here to take the Hawaiian Islands. He does have a minus 3.4 IPC attack if he hits this with the US, and then he hits it round 2 with the UK. I don't know. If he gets 2 hits, the transport's dead-zo, but I think it's alright to take that trade because he's going to lose a lot of naval power that could be used to defend the US's ships. Sorry, the US's Navy from the German Air Force. So I think that's an alright exchange. How many units do I need to keep this? If you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's a little tight. I'm going to also need to keep in mind I have to defend. Maybe I won't include the battleship here. He can hit this with 4 units. It'll just be a cruiser, so okay, because I'm going to need battleship to protect 61 and 62. Is that what I want? Just want to make sure the UK doesn't have a bomber that can hit them with the... It's a little annoying to have this sub sitting here, but not much I can do about it. And the reason I'm using this, not hitting with this fighter, is that I'm going to have him go 1, 2, 3, 4 and defend here. Okay, I think this is all I need to do. Got it. Got it. Ah, he's hitting. Everything's a hit back, huh? Will it be 3 for 3? So, you know, sometimes I feel, you ever feel like your luck's just wasted? I'm just like, yeah, 7 out of 7! When it's completely unnecessary. I only needed 1. They're like, okay, Blacktide, that's all your good luck you got. Getting for the rest of the game. It's all used up. Hey, infantry even missed. Well, below average in terms of hitbacks, but we got the job done. I'm actually going to change my defense profile here to, let me see, do I have destroyer last? Let me check what's in this defense profile here. I have no idea. Destroyer last. because I'm worried about him doing a 2-1 attack. So I'm actually going to have the fighter die first. I don't have a cruiser, so it's not super important. Because I'm worried about him doing a 2-1 attack there. Hits once with the USA, hits second with the United Kingdom. I exited and reloaded to hopefully make the defense profile apply. I'm going to do it, exit and re-enter one more time just because I did something strange. So that will increase the odds that if he does this attack, I'll be able to defend myself. Okay. Now let's send... Oh, they all have 3 movement range. That's easy. One guy here. This guy here. I don't mind sending an extra fighter here. This is getting a little dicey in terms of whether I can hold, so adding an extra fighter to help shore it up is probably not the worst idea I've ever had. Okay, now let's add the battleship here to protect from the UK sub, and this is hopefully enough to defend. I mean, if he wants to do a 2-1 attack where the US burns the fighters and then the UK mops up to take out 1 transport, so be it. So be it. It's really hard to predict what sort of fights Jippy will take sometimes, because I'm like, I wouldn't take those fights. It's super high volatility, and it can really blow up your face for kind of a nominal gain, but if it works out, it's pretty good. So it's hard to read Jippy. That's one of the things that makes him such a strong opponent, is you never quite know what he's going to do. Alright, I think that's good. I just want to make sure each of these transports is defended. Oh, I have my navy in 4 spots. Alright. We are still doing okay on attack power. I don't know how we're doing. Russia's kind of over trading, in my opinion. They're pretty low on units right now, and I think I'm feeling good about Germany's position, with the possible exception of Karelia looking a little vulnerable, but he has no way to hit it next turn because these guys can't reach. These guys can't reach, so I think we're sitting pretty in Karelia for at least this next turn. Alright, that's it for now. I'll see you guys next time for Germany 4. Welcome back. It's Germany 4. Let's take a look at what General Jippy did. So for the USA turn, he bought more transports, a Norway complex. He hit C-Zone 53, typical Jippy style. Probably got about the result that should have happened. He lost 4, we lost 2. Glad I had Destroyer set to last. So that's a small blessing for us. He's probably going to try to hit this and go for a 50-50, so it's actually a big deal if this survives or not, because then I could just continue the island circuit. For Russia, he bought 7 and 1. Hit Ukraine, no losses. Belarus, no losses. And pulled out of West Russia and did a big stack in Archangel. And I really like the play that he did here. I think it's very intelligent. Very challenging for me to attack anything. I can't hit this, so he's preserving a lot of income, and I think that's wise, which annoys me. But Jippy is a top player, and he does great plays like this. So I'm just going to buy another fighter. I'm going to buy another artillery, just to have a little bit more punch. Since he sacrificed the U.S. Navy, I want to keep getting air to make it so he can't split his Navy in more than, too many stacks. Okay, here, I was thinking on whether I move up here and stack this, but he has 3 planes in range, whereas if I just sit here, he's going to have to send 3 tanks, 1 fighter and infantry, so it'll be much more expensive for him if I just stay here than if I come here and give him a lot of infantry to act as meat shields. Whoops. I am going to try to trade West Russia. I'm going to hit Bellow with everything, and I have a 5 IPC positive average battle here. Well, let's see it. Actually, it's a little bit more than that, but I'm planning to just hit him for a round or 2, then retreat. The calculator says I should, by the time I lose all of my land units, he should have 2 tanks left. So he should lose 8 units, I should lose 5, according to what the calculator tells me. We'll see if that's how things turn out. All right. Let's do this battle first, since it's the most important. Okay, that's about what I should have gotten. That's less than he should have gotten. He should have gotten more, so we're happy about that. That was a superb result. That was a superb result. Very lucky there. That was a top 7% result for me, so I'm quite pleased with that. That's actually a huge swing for us, the fact that we won that. Okay, that was a game-breakingly good turn. I think Jippy's in trouble now. He doesn't even have anything that can hit me. I don't want to try to hold this too much. I could leave the AA gun there. Well, UK, yeah, I guess UK. I need to protect this. I need to protect the fighter there. Should I try to land all my fighters there? I don't think I should, because then he can just take these med areas for cheap. This should be super safe, right? He can only hit me with a handful of units, so I'm going to just send those units back. He can hit me with 4. UK can hit me with a little bit more. 8 units should be enough. More than enough. Okay, now I really have to think. Because I don't want to just give it up for free and give him my fighter, but I don't know. How powerful is Russia if I were to just place all of my units there? Because Jippy's probably going to be feeling a lot of pressure after that. That attack. Yeah. Well, let's punch the numbers in and see how that would result. Yeah, it's a terrible idea. Since he landed here in Greenland, he can also hit this. So, do I leave the AA gun here? Because if I don't leave the AA gun, he'll probably just take this artillery and 3 fighters to slam me. I think it's okay to leave it. I want to protect the fighter. The anti-aircraft gun is there to deter. Maybe he'll actually get some value, so I'm just going to leave it there. Okay, nothing can hit me here in Berlin or Germany. Wait, can I reach back to France? I can. You know, just to be extra safe, I'm just going to keep the full 10 units in France. He's going to be desperate right now, so I just want to cut off potential room for a comeback. I got an insanely good Ukraine battle, and I'd like to not lose that lead because I was trying to min-max and optimize when I know Jippy's a person who doesn't hesitate to roll the dice. Okay. Let's go here. We have our planes in Germany to zone out the Med, put pressure on France. And I can also hit, well, maybe I can't hit C-Zone 4 because he's probably going to take Karelia. Okay. Got that last fighter. 2 infantry here to protect the Japanese fighter. It's kind of funny. I'm using 11 IPCs of units to defend 10 IPCs, but I still think it's the right idea. Planes are precious. All right, we'll look at the attack power score. We have a pretty hefty lead here, so I'm going to do my best to just wind down the risk. Russia is running on fumes, 26 attack power. Ideally, they'd be around 45 or more at this point in time. So things are looking up. All right, see you guys next time for Japan 4. Welcome back. It's Japan 4. Let's take a look at what Jippy did. 1 tank, 7 infantry, and a fighter. Looks like he took Northwestern Europe for free. Looks like he hit Karelia. What did he hit it with? Artillery, 4 fighters. Looks like he actually got decent rolls since it was a 5 versus 4, but I had the AA guns. But still, he's probably not happy with that, even though it was a decent roll. Hit Burma, killed 1, lost 1. Failed the C-Zone 53 coin flip, and the destroyer lives, so that's quite nice. And looks like he hit Libya. What did he hit it with? 3 tanks in infantry, so that was a 4 versus 4. We got really good. Wait, no, we got average results. We had 5 units, so that was a 5 versus 4. And he hit West Russia, and looks like he got a terrible result there. Yeah, 3 versus 2. He lost 3. I lost 1. So overall, pretty good turn, especially the West Russia. I think the attack power lead's pretty critical at this point. He gave us what I believe is an 80. Let me check it with line unit stylized. He gave us a 77% chance on India, which is pretty darn tempting. I think I'm going to take that. So for this turn, I'm going to only be buying 4 infantry since I'm not going to be utilizing these guys. And 2 bombers for a follow-up India capture. let's just take the free New Zealand. Free is my favorite price. Guess I can blitz him to there. What do I want to hit with this bomber? So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Where can it land? 5, 6 if I want. Maybe even add an extra infantry there. No, perhaps I shouldn't. I think I'm gonna want to, let's see, is 4, 7 units. I'm gonna probably land. Yeah, I guess it's fine to add an extra infantry. I'll have 6 units here. He'll have, I guess he'll technically have 7. I'm a coward. He also gave us like a 44% on India if I want, or Moscow if I want to go for it, but that's just too high risk for me. I'd rather take the 77 on India here, and it's IPC positive. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, that's correct. Alright, let's do the big battle first. Ooh, double AA hit. Oh, he has bombers last. That's interesting. Oh, that double AA hit hurt. Well, luckily we got good hits despite losing 2 fighters, so that could have been worse. I think this might actually be a VC. No, it's not a Victory City snipe. He's gonna take Karelia, right? Yeah, he's just gonna walk into Karelia, so it's not a Victory City snipe at all. I guess I should be safe. What do I want to do with the sub? I guess he doesn't really have any more navy here. I guess I'll just move the sub over this way to be annoying. Guess I can guard him. Where can this fighter land? I think this would be a good place for the aircraft carrier because I can put more pressure on Alaska this way with my newly minted transports. Should be fine. And if he retakes India, which he likely will, I do have a transport and 5 planes. I have the 2 bombers I'm building and these guys here to retake. So that's very strong. But after I got that really lucky Ukraine battle, I think the game was all but over. I mean, I haven't even placed my units. I have a pretty darn big attack power lead. Do I even need this destroyer here? I guess I kind of don't. I guess I can move it over this way if I want. Or maybe it's better to move it here for Alaska. You can't really get any planes in range of here. I'm probably going to move this guy here next turn anyway. So, a little bit of a strange turn buying 4 infantry. I usually like to prioritize maximizing my infantry throughput, but that India battle was just too tempting. Just too tempting. It's IPC positive. He has no US or Russian units to retake, so it's going to be... He's going to be -3 units produced next turn. And once you take India, unless they have like a big-ass Karelia stack, you usually win the game, and he's in no position to stack Karelia next turn. Well, I guess he could move all these Russian units forward if he wanted, but I can just smash that. I have 8 planes. I kind of love having a big navy, yeah. So it feels good. Anyway, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Germany 5. Welcome back. It's Germany 5. Let's take a look what Jippy did. He bought 5 land units, 2 transports, and a fighter. Combat, he took Karelia for free. He kicked us out of Africa, turn 5, so pretty good that we got 5 turns of income out of Africa. Hit a Venki, that's odd. Oh, he fought 1 fighter against a Venki. I guess he really must feel behind, so he's going for 1 fighter air raids. And it looks like he air raided Kazakh with 3 fighters and lost 1, so decent turn overall for him. Let's see, Russia, 8 infantry, took Kazakh, took Vologda, Ukraine, no losses, West Russia lost 1, so pretty good turn for him overall. Now, if you look at the attack power, it's better than it looks. I actually have a really amazing position now that I took India. So at this point in the game, Jippy has 2 ways to win. 1, break Karelia. 2, take Berlin. So I'm going to be basing all of my play around preventing those outcomes. So this turn, I'm just going to buy full land unit build, and I'll show you what I got cooking here in a minute. It's vitally important that I take that territory there. Let's spice it up. I usually like having the bomber in the smaller battles because it's more consistent hits. It only needs to get 1 hit. Vitally important I take out that infantry. And I may err if he hits Karelia with UK in a like 3-1 suicide attack, which is what I'm guessing he's going to do. I'm going to try to suicide my planes here onto Persia to make his odds garbage. Excellent. Got West Russia. That was the most important battle. Karelia's, I'd say, maybe Karelia is the most important battle, because if he gets a hit back, his odds completely change on, the difference between my infantry and Karelia surviving or not makes a huge difference. brought the bomber to avoid that nonsense. Well, we got it anyway. It's unfortunate. So for this turn, I'm just going to move everything up here, because if he takes France for free, I mean, I couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier if he took a free France. Because this is his real juicy target here. And if he leaves Persia bare, I can also hit this with the Japanese, which would be exquisite. But we'll see. I'm kind of glad he put the transports all the way to Archangel, because that makes it much more difficult for him to reinforce Karelia, because the odds are he's almost certainly going to wipe Karelia, but his follow-up, he's not going to have a follow-up. All he's going to have is three transports from the US, and that's probably going to be it. So even if he does crack Karelia, I think we're still fine since we took India, but we'll see. And he'll have to take, additional transports, delaying his logistics. So I think we're in a good spot. And I'm just pulling everything out of France to deny him that Berlin YOLO, and so I can put everything into Baltics to threaten a retake here. Alright. What's my defense profile? AA protection? I guess it doesn't really matter anymore, does it? Yeah, look at the attack power score. We got a pretty large 36 attack power lead here. Pretty devastating, but we'll see what Jippy does. I'm guessing he's going to go for the Karelia crack and not do something timid like take France. Alright, that's it for now. I'll see you guys next time for Japan 5. Welcome back. It's Japan 5. Let's take a look at what Jippy did. He bought 3 infantry, 3 artillery, and a fighter. Looks like he hit Karelia, as I expected him to do. I think he got about the result he should have. Let's see, I had, how many hits did I have? 1, 4. Yeah, I guess I should have gotten 6 or 7 hits, and he should have gotten 3 hits. So, wait, what did he move in with? 3 fighters? Yeah, I guess that fight was about very close to average. We both got within 1 of what we should have gotten. He hit India, no losses. So for this turn, I'm just going to keep focusing on India, because if you keep India, it's usually a win. Even if I somehow lose Karelia, which I don't really see how I could with all my new units coming in. But still, I'm going to fight for India, even if it means losing a plane or 2. So for my purchase, 9 infantry, 2 bombers. Let's do the easy moves first. We'll move here. You can hit something? What can you hit? Oh, I can hit midway, which I can tell you right now I will not be hitting midway. And I'll hit that spot there. I don't think I want to burn my tanks just yet. Or maybe I do.
Hey, listen!
I think it should be fine. Yeah, USA is probably going to be able to take Karelia. Most likely, without needing the Russians to intervene. I was thinking if I should add a bombard here, but I don't think I will. I don't want to use a transport to just come in here. I'd like my transports to be able to shuttle in as many units as I need next turn to confirm the India capture, since there's no Russian units to walk in. All right. Dice, be gentle. The dice were not gentle, unfortunately. But we got it. It was supposed to be losing one plane, but sometimes the dice just don't cooperate. I think it's still well worth taking India for the cost of an extra bomber, because once you have India, it's just amazing. It's, you know, +3 units a turn that you're producing and they're not, and oh, come now. Well, not every turn looks amazing. Sometimes you spend 32 IPCs to kill 16 and you lose 2-1, and you wonder if the world hates you. Okay, let's use this guy here. Just gonna drop it directly here because I assume he's going to go for the territory regardless. Let's send this sub out to cause some mayhem. And where do I want this fighter? Guess I can keep it here because I'm almost certainly going to be trading India again, so might as well keep it close. Did I lose my other aircraft carrier? Oh, yeah. He hit it in 53 at some point. Okay. I guess since I'm not building any fighters this turn, might as well keep the aircraft carrier next to our only remaining fighter. And I'll just keep this destroyer here to discourage him from building any new submarines to harass my naked transports. I'm wondering, now that I think about it, if it might be better to just put my transport here. Because well, I guess if I'm gonna, so I can get bombards, but I guess if I'm gonna bombard with the transport, it doesn't really matter because it's gonna end up here anyway, so that's not super relevant. Alright, well, let's see how this goes. Hopefully he doesn't get too lucky with his Karelia attack. As long as he just gets average dice, I think will be fantastic. So that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Germany 6. Welcome back. It's Germany 6. Let's take a look at what Jippy did. He bought 5 infantry, artillery, fighter, bomber. Looks like he's really going heavy on the air aspect. Hit Karelia, got a little bit better than average, lost 8. For Russia, hit Ukraine, got it. West Russia, got it. Novo, got it. Karelia, got it. So we're actually starting to get into a little bit of trouble here with, you know, how poorly Japan has been trading. I'm actually starting to get in a little bit of a tough spot. So we have to be cautious here. I'm going to buy 11 infantry and an artillery. I'm only going to do 1 attack this turn. I'm just going to do my best to rail on Karelia. I was a little tempted to air raid Novosibirsk. I'm still actually a little tempted to do that because it puts actually, I think maybe I will do that. And you might think that's a little strange. And the reason I would do that is because it is going to give me a freeway into Berlin or Moscow. So if he doesn't, you know, I have 2 tanks, 3 bombers that can hit Berlin, and I assure you that he does not want to actually have to defend Berlin with the UK fighters. He wants to defend Archangel, which has a bunch of juicy US planes. So by hitting Novosibirsk, he has to either land a UK plane here, defend here lightly, or risk losing Moscow, all of which seem like pretty great options from my perspective. So that's what I'm going to go with. I had a calculator somewhere to see if he has any odds on my capital, but he doesn't. Actually, can I use that guy there and instead have that guy hit Karelia? Because I really don't want too many planes landing way over in the middle of nowhere, aka Xinjiang. So I'd rather have a bomber over there that has a little bit more reach. Yeah, if he couldn't land UK fighters in Novo or Kazakh to block the Blitz, I would absolutely just air raid Russia and hit here. That was not impressive. Well, we got it, so I guess that's what matters. Please don't hit back. Son of a marmalade vendor. He got us. Not a fantastic turn, but what can you do? So I'm going to land some units here to prevent him from getting freebies. I'm going to move the rest of my stack here. I'm trying to decide if I should move my stack over, if I should have 9 units here. I don't know. Does Russia have odds on that? Let me punch that into the calculator real quick to see if he has odds. He has 6 infantry, 2 artillery, a tank, 3 fighters, and that's 6 infantry, 3 artillery. He does have pretty good odds. Really good odds. So I probably won't do that. But at the same time, if he does that attack, he'll be weaker in Karelia. So I'm not sure. I'll put little attack markers here to remind myself that maybe I want to hit these places. I'm really proud of this Novosibirsk battle. Little sad I lost the fighter, but that's the risk you take with air raids. Let me check my defense profile. AA protection. Yeah, and you'll probably notice where our attack power lead is kind of shrinking even after our turn because we haven't been trading very efficient. I've been trading very poorly in India. I lost a fighter here. He's been wailing away at me in Karelia, so we're going to need to be cautious from this point on to make sure I don't bleed too many German units and that Japan can actually get some good stuff done. Alright, well that's it for now, and I'll catch you guys next time for Japan 6. Welcome back. It's Japan 6, and let's look at the scoreboard. We are now behind. Jippy bought a transport, 7 land units. Hit Karelia, lost 1. Hit Western Australia. What? He hit with just 2 infantry versus 2 infantry. And he won, the son of a gun. That's a Jippy move. 2 versus 2, where I have twice the attack power, and he somehow cinches us out. Took India, no losses. Oh, this is really becoming a burn on my resources. And he guarded the Russia attack pretty well. So here, I'm just going to buy 8 infantry, 2 more bombers, and I saw something a little interesting. Jippy actually left this battleship here exposed. I was originally intending to hit here, but if I can knock out a battleship and 3 transports, it's about a 70% chance to succeed. That's pretty worthwhile in my mind. I don't know, can he even counterattack? Oh yeah, he definitely can. Okay, so I'll feel a lot more comfortable if I just use all my fighters there. Maybe I can just add 1 tank to the mix here. Sorry, all my bombers. I'm sorry. Blacktide of the past, I won't be making these attacks because that's just too juicy for me. A little tempted to send a transport over to Alaska, but that's probably not a great idea. Okay, see if we can take out that bugger. All right. Wish me luck. Maybe I don't even need 2 infantry. I am a little infantry light here. Maybe I'll just do it like so. Nice. Doesn't matter too much that the bombers survive because they're just gonna die, but it was too big of a hit to ignore. Nice, got it. Okay, first things first. Let's send our new trainees up. I guess I'll move this battleship maybe here. No, this is a better spot, but his bomber can reach there. I really want here to put pressure on Western US. I like having a bomber there. It gives me more attacking options. I only bought 8 infantry, so it's probably best to leave that guy there and try to scoop something off the islands if possible. But where to scoop? I guess I'll scoop here because it gives me the most options while still remaining somewhat safe. I can choose to pick up these two, or I can just pick up one here, pick up the A gun and land. Gives me options while being safe. Okay, I'm gonna put one battleship here to keep my units safe. Is this, you know, knowing Jippy, he might just do 3 fighters to attack the 2 infantry and 2 bombers. So let's place that fighter there to add a little bit of much needed security. Poor schmucks. They're so dead. Well, yeah, they're super dead. I'm like, well, are they dead? Yeah, they're definitely not living to see the next morning. That's for sure. But it's still worth it killing those transports. Alright, he has no bombers in range of my navy. Finally taking all of Australia next turn. And the game's kind of stabilizing here. I have India, he has Karelia. It's a bit of a wild ride, but we'll see. I'm confident in playing late game against Jippy. It's just the early game craziness that is where he's at his strongest. When the game becomes more, less variable as it goes on, that's where I believe I'm stronger. At least if I have a equivalent position. Yeah, let's go with this. All right. Look at the scoreboard. We have an okay position. I'm happy with the attack power and scoreboard. I'm not so happy with how much income Russia has. That's a real problem. Germany is in a bit of trouble, but once you take India, it really becomes hard for the Allies. Then you take Africa. The Allies has to split their forces, and because I took out these transports, USA is going to be very slow in getting any sort of lethal pressure on Germany. So that's my hope. He can definitely stack Karelia, but we've taken the lead in some other areas. So, all right, that's it for now, and I'll catch you guys next time for Germany 7. Welcome back. It's Germany 7. Let's take a look at what General Jippy did. He bought an aircraft carrier, fighter, 3 infantry, 2 artilleries. Nice that we got him to buy more naval defense. Killed our bombers, no losses. Figured. Bought a tank and 6 infantry. We skunked him in Bellow, and we got a hit back in Kazakh, so that's a little nice. But you can see we are behind in the attack power, and we're in a little bit of trouble because he's really stalling us here in India. I've been burning planes like a forest fire, so Japan's really not getting the momentum I was hoping for, and a Karelia stack is just a ticket to nightmares. So I'm just going to buy 11 infantry here. And I don't really have much to do in terms of overall play. I have a plan, and my overall plan is to try to move my stack to Belorussia, then West Russia to either take Caucasus as Germany, which, while not great, it at least gives us some income, denies it from Russia, helps us sustain the Karelia incursion until Japan can, get their wheels out from under them. Because Russia's pretty darn strong considering the amount of trading we've been doing. And Germany's pretty weak, so shocks me how many UK units he has when he hasn't produced here in several turns, but that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, I think this is about all I got on my plate. Got it. Ah, that's a big minus, not getting that income. Darn. Well, not a fantastic turn, unfortunately. I think I'll move 2 infantry there. Do I want to move a guy here? I don't think UK really has any targets for their Air Force, right? I mean, I guess they'll be hitting India with these 3 planes. But even if I move a guy here, he hits it with 1 infantry. US can just take it right back, so I'm not super thrilled about the idea of defending the territory I know I can't defend. I should be safe here, right? What are his odds? 34% if I leave it. If I have 12 infantry. Maybe I'll do it like this, just to be a little bit on the cautious side. And I think I'll probably leave the artillery here to have more punch power on a flash France stack, as unlikely as that would be. Okay. This puts his odds on... his odds down to like 3% to capture, so... let's see what we can do. Check my defense profile here. AA protection, that's right. Alrighty, well that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 7. Welcome back, it's Japan 7. Let's take a look at what General Jippy did. So he purchased fighter, artillery, 5 infantry, and a tank. Took Baltic for free, took Northwestern for free, took India, lost 1. So this turn, I had to think a long time for. I have a couple options here. You know, one, I could distract the US, I could finish taking Eastern Australia and just, like, let him trade back India for another turn or two. Or, you know, which will, like, maximize my long-term value. Or I can take these 2 transports here, and I can just send them at India and hope I have 4 or 5 units left over, which will make it very expensive for Russia to trade it back and give the United Kingdom the ability to produce here next turn. And it's a really tough choice because they all have their pros and cons. And I think I'm actually starting to lose my control of this game. You can see he's already at 164 here, so I think I need to step on the gas a little bit. So I'm gonna do my usual 9 land units, you know, 2 planes. I think I'm going to try my hardest here to take India, even if it means crippling my logistics a little bit. As much as I hate to do something like that. For here, let's just take it with 1. I mean, might as well put these bombers to work. You can never have too much overkill, right? Well, actually, now that I think about it, I'm a little worried about him here. But I'll take this transport and move something nice over there. I kind of hate doing these sort of, you know, sacrifice your future to hopefully get something now. If he gets no hit backs, that's fantastic. If he gets 1 hit back, that's okay. And if he gets 2 hit backs, I'm in a whole lot of trouble. So, because if I have 4 infantry, he has a 56% chance to conquer. If I have 5 infantry, it goes down to 31. Assuming he doesn't sacrifice planes, but... let's see. Is that really the path I want to take? Kind of hate not taking Eastern Australia, not getting ready to hit Africa. I'm kind of second-guessing myself here. You know, I think I had a change of heart. I was thinking that's a really swell move, and it is in a way, but I think it's also important to just get a long-term unit flow going. You know, let's try to distract the US a little bit. Maybe I'll distract the US after I get India under full control. Get a little bit more pressure on Russia. The fact that they can stack Karelia against Japan really isn't permissible in my mind. Really don't want to have to sacrifice a fighter here. Oh, he missed. Well, maybe I made the wrong move. I'm gonna land 2 units there. I want to kind of force him to have to think about trading a little bit more. I don't need to keep this guy in Evenki because, well, let's face the facts. Karelia is, it's gone. It's not coming back. Let's have this bloke here come here so I can start to threaten Madagascar or even Egypt, depending on where he moves things. Nothing can hit this, right? These can go 1, 2, 3. I guess technically if he bought an aircraft carrier, he could hit it. 1, 2. It's not terribly likely, but it's possible. Okay, and with this bloke... Huh... I'm gonna land here for maximum annoyingness. For the annoying factor. Let's move the aircraft carrier up here. I'll just leave the cruiser here. Let's move this sub. Where do we want it? Let's keep it here. Moving to this position doesn't really... Well, maybe it does. No, he can potentially trap the sub if I move it too far forward. If I move it here, then he moves the destroyer here. I'm kind of cooked. So we'll keep him out of Sea Zone 10, or at least force him to defend. Guess I'll keep the battleship here to potentially defend. I'm just ever so slightly afraid that he's going to capture here by an aircraft carrier. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, but I also don't want him to buy a destroyer or anything. You know, I think I'll just move this battleship there. If he wants to sacrifice his 3 planes to maybe kill a transport, then that's his prerogative. By doing this, it should make it increasingly unattractive to try to stack India with his planes. He can recapture it with Russia. He can build 3 infantry. He can land his planes, but I have a lot of planes in the tank and should be able to smash any stack he puts there with a lot of efficaciousness. Alright. That there. Got the fighter here. And we're threatening Western US as well. So we are in a very tense game. Germany is not very happy right now. I can tell you that for sure. But I think it's anyone's game at this point. He's holding India way longer than I would have liked, but the fact that the UK isn't producing units there, and it's now the Russians who are having to send things down, its days are numbered. It's just a matter of time before we take it. And I think we made the right choice not... Well, if I knew he wouldn't hit back, I obviously would have sent 5 here, but I think we're making the right choice to just get our logistics up and not screwing 2 transports in C-Zone 35 with nothing to do the next turn. This way I'm picking up the islands, pressuring Western US, Alaska, we got all of Eastern Australia, denying a little bit of income from the United Kingdom, and we're just putting pressure on everyone with Japan and hopefully buying time for Germany. So we'll see how the game proceeds, and I'll catch you guys next time for Germany 8. Welcome back. It's Germany 8. Let's take a look at what General Jippy did. Bought a sub, 5 infantry, 2 artillery, destroyer, and a tank. Destroyer? Where did he... That's interesting. Well, he placed the sub here, which makes sense. Where did he place the destroyer? I guess here? To defend his navy. That makes sense. Took France for free. Took Archangel, no losses. And Russia bought another tank. That's interesting. Hit India, no losses. Man, our India trades have just been so unfortunate. It's been a ridiculously long time, and I still haven't locked it down. Kazakh killed 2, lost 1. So pretty darn good turn for him. It's really starting to get to me, this the India trading, because we are quite behind now because of how slow this has been moving. So I'm just going to buy 11 infantry. And let's hop to it. I plan to restack France since I have the ability. And I also plan to stack West Russia, because that will make it a lot harder for him to hold Russia, or I could just stack Caucasus. So that presents him a difficult choice. He could do a 2-1 multiple attack with Russia and the UK, but that's not going to be very efficient for him if he does that. Let me see, I calculated it out, and it doesn't look too good for him, right? Yeah, it's slightly IPC negative for him. But I think it's a respectable trade if he wants to trade IPC negative to really whittle down his Russian forces. And if he doesn't get a hit back, it's slightly IPC negative. But what can you do? I think we have to take some sort of risk when we're falling behind. That also assumes he's able to get these 2 tanks in action, which he might not be able to if I'm able to blitz to conquer this and blitz into here, because he can't recapture this. So yeah, it should be pretty good for me. Slightly good. A little good. Alright, let's go with this. got it. It's nice. This is the most important one for him not to get a hit back. Okay, that's good. Darn, that stinks. But I did need to send more to France to discourage a 2-1 attack from him. Okay, well, overall, pretty good turn for us. Northwestern Europe didn't quite work out, but that's okay. Not everything in life works out. Now, I want to double check his odds here on Berlin. Yeah, 2.6% capture, but if I add the Japanese bombers, no, if I add them, it's a sub 1% chance for him to capture, so that's pretty good. It's also quite nice to deny him France income, because that... You can see we're falling behind. A lot of it is just due to the sheer income disparity. He's getting, let's see, that's 83... Yeah, he's getting like 100 IPCs a turn. And I'm getting much less than 100. Alright, let's do it this way. Check my defense profile. AA after infantry. Good. And we are still behind even after our turn, so that's not a good sign. This whole India plug up has just been one consistent nightmare. It all started because he did that Australian attack. He hit with 2 infantry against 2 infantry and he won, which is a ridiculously low chance, but Jippy did it. It worked, and that tiny little attack actually changed the course of this game. So, yeah, what do we got going on here? Well, we'll see how things play out. If I can capture and hold India within the next turn or two, I think we have a good chance at this game. Or if this attack doesn't go well for him, which I'm sure he's probably going to go for, because he's General Jippy, I think we have a good shot at the game, but we'll just have to see. All right, that's it for now, and I'll catch you guys next time for Japan 8. Welcome back, it's Japan 8, and let's take a look at what General Jippy did. He bought 10 infantry and an AA gun, hit Baltic, no losses. He did the West Russia strafe, and unfortunately he got 1 more hit than average, and I got 1 less hit back than average, which means he's probably going to clobber us. So that's not so great. I'm still trying to decide how I should handle that, if I should just try to YOLO Moscow or something wild like that. So, pretty tough turn overall. I'll punch in the Moscow odds, and they're not good. They're not good. But yeah, they're negligible. It's like a 6% capture, so that's probably not high on my idea list. So I'm just gonna buy 7 infantry, 3 fighters. It's about time I stop playing around and get India. I'm going to throw all my transports at it this turn because I should be able to capture it without too much issue. I'm going to, well, I'm going to try to hit this a little bit harder. I want to see if I can blitz a tank into Caucasus, because there's pretty high odds that Russia's going, he's going to hit this with the US, and so he can blitz the Russian tanks through, though he might not even need to do that with how these tiny little things have begun adding up against us. So if this goes well, we'll see. We will see. Now I need to think here if I want to let the infantry die or not, because it does make a difference. You know, I think the planes are too precious. Even if it means he gets the capture, I don't think it's worth sacrificing 2 planes for it. Kind of wild how these tiny battles have been going really well. They really do add up, like the efficient India recaptures by him, the getting 1 little extra hit here and there. I thought I was very far ahead at one point, but I've been losing progress pretty quickly, unfortunately. I'll keep this sub here. It's actually doing a lot of good work. I'm going to move this destroyer up to try to zone out the sub he purchased. Where do I want this bomber? She can hang out there. Keep this bomber out of range of too many planes. I don't want him like trading Archangel with something and then having the tank blitz here with his fighters and take out my gorgeous, gorgeous Japanese bomber. Is this safe here? 1, 2, 3. Or yeah, should be safe. Got a lot of fighters this turn. Been trading India against nothing for so long. So long. Okay, well, let's see what we can get done. I'm gonna have a lot of planes. Actually, I don't really want that fighter there. I want the fighter in range of Moscow. I really want him to start feeling some pressure on Moscow. If he wants to send 3 fighters against this here, then that's just how it is. Let's go with this. All right. We're ahead after this, but this is going to be a big loss. It's funny how just one extra hit or one less hit can really snowball the odds. You know, this was originally like an IPC, super IPC negative attack for him. And now it's IPC positive with just a little bit of variance. It's kind of wild, but at least we're most likely going to have India. If not this turn, then definitely the next turn, because these are the last scraps he can send forward. So let's see if Germany can hold out long enough for Japan to get something done. All right, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Germany 9. Welcome back. It's Germany 9. Let's take a look at what General Jippy did. Bought a bomber, aircraft carriers, 7 infantry. I'm happy that he's investing more and more into naval defense. That will make it his push into Germany slower, and you know, just defending Navy doesn't do anything except keeping the Navy safe. So I'm always happy when I can do that. He hit Caucasus as I expected, so the Russian tanks could blitz through. What did he hit it with? Only 2 units, 3 units. So yeah, got okay result there. He hit West Russia, and yeah, did the same with Russia. He hit it here. So we got like 1 or 2 units lower than average, you know, accounting for our his original lucky hit in West Russia. So it came out to about, you know, he probably should have lost, you know, I don't know, 10 IPCs worth of units more, but it's close enough to what I expected. So, this turn I'm buying a tank because in case he captures Northwestern Europe, I want to be able to blitz it and not have to lodge units there. And yeah, there's just not a whole lot to do here. I'm going to take Caucasus because heaven knows I need that income. Oh, it's a little tempting to hit that, but that's not good odds. Yeah, I think this is it. I don't want to hit this with my fighters because I have nowhere to safely land them. Russia's a little too strong for my taste. It's almost stronger than Germany. We are in quite a bit of trouble, so I'm probably going to have to buy a lot more fighters to defend Germany with as Japan. The good news is we got India, and we can start sweeping across. He shouldn't be able to recapture it. It'd be a 5 versus 5 here, and not likely to work or be worth it for him. So we can start taking Africa. The bad news is he took Karelia many turns before we secured India. So that's our curse. Baltic. Okay, got that. All right, so what am I doing? I don't want to leave this area blank because he has the ability to blitz through tanks. So I'm going to have... I think I calculated out. I needed like 16 units there. Let me check. I ran these numbers earlier. Oops. This should be more than enough to keep this Berlin safe. What did I calculate I need here? I need more. That's certainly the case. That should be good. Yeah, that's an IPC negative attack for him if he wants to go for it. And what about Berlin? Actually, I think it's kind of... Oh, I can't reach the bomber there. Should be very safe. Yeah, mostly because he doesn't have many fighters here. Alright, well, this is a... got a little bit of a race here to see who's going to crack first. Is it going to be Germany, or is it going to be the Allies? So at this point in the game, I'm going to focus on Africa and just flying in more and more fighters over to help the Germans out. Fortunately, the USA is kind of slow moving units in. As you can see, after I took out this battleship and 3 transports, that's buying us a little bit of space. He's buying a lot of air and naval defense, which is powerful, don't get me wrong, but it's also, you know, gives me an opportunity to breathe. So yeah, it's we are 1 attack power ahead. You can see with income wise, he's sitting at 70, 80, 91. I'm sitting at 90. We're gonna start losing these territories as Germany, but we should also start taking Africa and making the UK a lot more impoverished. So, anyone's game, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 9. Welcome back, it's Japan 9. Let's take a look at what General Jippy did. Bought a fighter, 7 land units. He hit Archangel. Got a nice result there. What did he hit it with? Oh, just 1 and 1. Baltic got 1 hit back in Bellow. Not the best in Kazakh, but overall we got a pretty good rolls, all things considered. So for this turn, I'm just going to buy 11 infantry, which is 1 shy from full production, but I think it's the right choice here to get an extra fighter. And I'm going to start my distract the US plan. So I'm just going to try to go for Alaska almost every turn I can in order to just buy myself time. Let's see. Gonna hit here. Of course, I'm taking that little freebie. And I have a choice to make this turn. I can hit here at a modest profit, and I think that's the right choice. To weaken the naval defense and also allow me some opportunities to reduce the pressure on Germany, because it gets really scary when they have like 6 fighters here, and that puts a lot of pressure on France and Germany, and I'm going to do my best to discourage that. So my next move is I'm obviously going to be taking these guys, and I'm going to, well, probably don't want 2 in both. I want 1 to go here and the other to go here, so it can spread out and go this way. And the reason I'm not going right out against Egypt is Jippy has 5 planes total that can hit here. See zone 34, and those odds are just not very Japan friendly, so I would rather not give him that opportunity and just act like a turtle. So yeah, because I think that'd be a pretty big win if he killed 2 battleships and a cruiser, 2 transports, and then he just land his fighters and stuff somewhere around there. So, and I can always attempt to take all those territories next turn. Might even want to hit this with 3. Okay, I think this is a satisfactory turn. Hopefully I remember to pull that guy back. Got it. All right, let's check here. That was horrible. Oh! Okay, oh, that scared me. Oh, thank goodness. My rolls were bad and his are worse. Okay. Got my heart. That was the average result. Okay. Oh, got my heart beating a little faster there. Okay, so we got that going on. I'll move that guy forward. Let's move these guys here to protect. Protect our assets. I think it's okay to move more fighters to block here. I mean, what's the most you can hit with? A tank and 4 infantry? Yeah, I think it's okay. Also okay to just have 1 fighter here. Should I have 2? I'm not certain. I can put this guy here for a little bit more threat. You know what? I'm just going to put 1 unit here to better protect my planes. I'll just keep the normal movement flow going here. Okay, let's pull this bloke back. These 2 can land in France to put some pressure. See zone 10. Trying to decide if I should add an extra fighter here for the inevitable recapture. maybe I'll do a little compromise. I'll add a fighter here, so it can either swing this way, or it could potentially hit Alaska if necessary to recapture. Where do I want this battleship? I think I'll send the battleship back up towards the Alaska harass. So you can hit this 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can't really hit there safely. Just want to make sure the units here are safe. They're not that safe, honestly. Maybe if I pull some more units back, encourage Russia to trade a little bit heavier, and then this should be pretty safe from a tank and 4 fighters, right? You can also go 1, 2, 3, 4 or something, so I think I like, well, tough to say. I just note Jippy's very not risk averse at all. So I don't want to give him any opportunities. Okay, I think this is good. Okay, and let's look at the scoreboard. We're modestly ahead, but that's right before the Russia-US double turn. Germany's kind of circling the drain here. So my game plan going forward is I want to trade as aggressively as possible with Japan. I don't care if it's IPC even. I just want to trade in Alaska, trade in Africa, just trade, trade, trade. And try to keep them off Germany's back as much as possible. Luckily, UK and, well, mostly US is slow. UK is actually pretty good. Russia's also, unfortunately, pretty strong at this point. But let's see, the income now is 70. Well, the income's going to keep tilting in our favor. Right now, we're at like 94. We're going to start taking more and more of Africa. These... Oh, I guess I kept this guy in range. Well, that was kind of worthless. But anyway, I don't mind nuking it with my planes anyway if he sends a destroyer down there. So the game is just tilting in our favor income-wise, so I just want to maintain the status quo. Don't do anything crazy, just trade, 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 and as we get richer and richer, as long as we trade reasonably efficient, the game should continuously tilt in our favor. So that's the game plan. We'll see if we can execute it and put more bombers in France to zone out a C-Zone 10 stack, which makes less pressure on France since he has to hide here. And free Africa is always ideal. As long as we capture all of Africa, it should be our win because I can just shuttle fighters over into Berlin to keep them on life support while I overwhelm the board. So, all right, that's it for now. Catch you next time for Germany 10. Welcome back. It's Germany 10. Let's take a look what General Jippy did. 5 infantry, 2 transports, 3 artillery, makes sense. He now has 8 transports, which is usually about the ideal amount for the US. He hit Alaska and got absolutely terrible dice, so that's really good for us. It gives us a chance to trade out Western Canada, and we forced him to defend Western US. He killed the sub that we blundered in 23. And he took Caucasus with his tanks, no losses. So that's a little unfortunate, but the fact that we killed the bomber in Alaska, I think, makes up for the other bad rolls. As far as Russia, just bought 5 units. Took Ukraine, no losses. Lost 1 in Vologda, so pretty middling round for Russia. Okay, so I'm just going to keep buying lots of land units. I'm going to kill the free AA gun. Let's try... I'm going to try to trade a little bit harder with Russia than I might otherwise do it. I wonder, actually, can I hold Baltic? No, he has too many planes. He has too many planes. Actually, if I'm going to dedicate 2 planes, I'd rather dedicate it here. Alright. Yeah, Germany doesn't have a lot going on. It's nice he gave me a free AA gun, though. I give him a free sub, so it's only right to reciprocate. Ugh. Yeah, it's funny, when I get, like, where I start feeling behind or the game's really close, even the tiniest bit of bad luck, I go, ugh. If I were, like, way ahead, oh, man. I wouldn't mind it. Don't hit. Oh. Killed 2, lost 2. Those aren't good dice. Well, middle of the road there. I only need 15 units there. I'm gonna add... No, I'm not gonna add any more. I should be perfectly safe in Berlin. And we're going to move up a stack. It'd be really nice if we could take Caucasus before, you know, the Allied unit flood starts stabilizing. Maybe I'll leave 1 extra unit here in France just for caution's sake. I'm shrinking. Yeah, down to 33 a turn. Poverty economics are coming Germany's way, but hopefully we can kick him out of Caucasus soon. He's probably going to land some fighters here, so Japan can't just rail on it with... Actually, my bomber stack is thinned out a little since I hit C-Zone 5. But I still got 3 bombers, 2 fighters. Yeah, well, we'll see. Anyway, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Japan 10. Welcome back. It's Japan 10. Let's take a look at what General Jippy did. Bought 8 land units. Hit Kazakh. We got 2 hitbacks, which is nice. So he lost a tank and a fighter. So that was an expensive air raid by him. And what's his income? Yeah, it's down to 23, so we are starting to chip away at the UK here. So I'm going to just buy 12 units. I'd rather buy bombers. Hopefully in the next few turns we can afford them. Okay, so for now, I really don't have a lot to do. I don't want to take this territory because it will just go to Germany. Then USA will take it right back and it'll be like giving them double income, which is not what we're shooting for. And I'm going to take all of these territories here, so this will seal off his ability to hit 34 with, at least with the US planes. He could potentially retake it and hit it with the United Kingdom planes, but I'm going to put a bunch of units here in Persia, so it shouldn't be too attractive for him. As for our Happy Wappy bombers, I'm going to send one over here to Western Canada, because having an Alaska bomber is highly annoying. It even makes C-Zone 1 unsafe for him. In fact, I might even send 2 just to be maximum levels of annoying. And this other bomber can just happily land in France. Okay. Sometimes I just click on bombers to see if they can hit something I don't notice. And I brought the exact amount of units I needed. Look at that. That's called calculated. Alright, we're going to move these blokes up. I'm going to move another 3 units here. Let's move another couple units there. I'm going to move this guy on France to increase the pressure here. This transport, I'm going to keep unloading here. I want to rack up as much pressure as I can. Let's move these 2 guys somewhere a little bit more central. And this is the sad transport that's going to have to move an AA gun. Okay. Actually, I think I'd like to move some of these fighters down here. I don't like the idea of him hitting this with Russia. Can you reach? You cannot, okay. I think it's fine to leave those boys there. I prefer to have aircraft carrier here, because now that I have planes landed here, I can hit Western US, no problem. If I want, with these 4 planes, that's going to increase the pressure here. And by putting the aircraft carrier in 62, the newly created planes will be able to have more options in where they can range. And putting the battleship and destroyer here helps zone that sub out a little bit more. I'm also thinking on if I should increase like the mini stacks here to like 3 or not. It's looking more and more attractive to just have a 3-unit mini stack in all these locations. Except, of course, Archangel, where the US can trade it very cheaply. In fact, I'm a little tempted to just pull back, but I don't think I will. I'll force him to commit something if he wants it. Oops, forgot to move some of those. That's what happens when you have a big fat board like this. You miss the details, especially when I'm trying to move as quickly as possible for you, the audience, so you don't have to sit here and watch me type away at the calculator, or at least to minimize that. And hopefully we can start buying bombers instead of fighters next turn for Japan, now that our income is getting up. Our threat on Western US is becoming more substantial. And while Germany's not doing so hot, I think we might be able to create the space we need with what they have left to munch up the rest of the board as Japan. Okay. Choo, choo, choo. 64 IPCs. That's what the doctor ordered. Now I think we're starting to get an income lead. We're at 98. They're sitting at less than that. What is that? 95, 85? That's 70, 85. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But we now have the income advantage. You can see we're starting to pull ahead, not just a couple IPCs. Pretty significant amount. I'm just going to keep funneling more and more planes into the mix to keep their navy in one spot. Hopefully I'll get more bombers later and can keep them out of Africa permanently. And I think we're on the right track now. Once you get India, things quickly become nice for the Axis, even with a broken Karelia. All right, I think that's it for now. I'll see you next time for Germany 11. Welcome back. It's Germany 11. Let's take a look at what General Jippy did. Bought 13 infantry for the US. Took Western Canada, lost 1. Lost none in Baltic. Lost 1 in Bello. And skunked us in Ukraine. This was the one that could have gone the worst, you know, with a tank and fighters, but darn, so that was a really good round for him. Let's check out Russia. 6 infantry buy. Hit Kazakh, killed 3, lost 1, so really good round for him. You can see we're behind in attack power once again, so I'm just going to keep up my good work with buying a bunch of infantry. You can see he's now defending C-Zone 10, though a little precariously, but he is doing it. I'm going to do my best to trade all of these out. Unfortunately, he did a really good job of stacking Caucasus, so I don't have good odds to stack any of these locations. I was thinking at first, hey, maybe I could stack Baltic states, but I ran the numbers, and the numbers are not friendly at all to stacking Baltic states, unfortunately. He just has too much that can hit with the UK. So I'm just going to keep playing it safe. Turtle probably continue to starve a little bit every turn as Germany. But the good news is that his fighters are defending Russia. And that means a lot because it's keeping me quite safe from, from his pressure, from having to defend France and Berlin. And that's really what's keeping me in the game. It's also nice to have a lot of planes in these sort of heavy trading scenarios. Really does help. Nice. Okay, great round. Killed 5, lost 1. That's a bit better than average. Well, he got a little bit better than average too last time, so we'll call her there. I'm also happy that he had to send so many to Western Canada that his 4 transports only have 3 units to pick up, which is putting a big smile on my face. Maybe I'll put the bomber here just in case, to threaten a 2-1 move where I hit with Japan. If it doesn't work out, I hit with Germany. We'll see. I'm going to move the full force over here, but before I do that, I just want to make sure that I am indeed safe in Moscow, or sorry, not Moscow, Berlin. He can only send 1 fighter. What can USA send? They can only send 4 infantry and 4 fighters in the plane. What are his odds? Basically 0. Okay. Yeah, 0% capture, which is what we're looking for. Oh, I really wish I could just stack here. Really wish I could stack here, but he has too much. And I need to try to reduce my unit burn as Germany to give Japan enough time to just overwhelm the board. It's kind of interesting. If he didn't have to have these parked in Caucasus and Moscow, those fighters, I'd be in a lot more trouble. I couldn't be defending Berlin as lightly to be sending these units out to trade. It's quite a relief for us. So there we are. We got a little bit of lead. It's a bit of a back and forth, but you can see Japan's income is really starting to snowball. Japan has more income than USA and Russia combined, and Germany is about par with the United Kingdom, and hopefully I can continue to gobble up Africa, get Germany more income, the Allies more income, and this is where I thrive. The choke out play. I just try to choke them out. I'll put a little marker to be wary of those fighters there. They can mess me up if I'm not cautious. Okay, well, I think we're in good shape, or at least improving shape. Germany's not I mean, they're not doing well, but they're not about to die. And the longer we stall this game board state out, the better it is for us. So, see you guys next time for Japan 11. Welcome back. It's Japan 11. Let's take a look at what General Jippy did. He bought 8 land units, Baltic states, lost 1 Belorussia, lost none in Archangel, so nothing too out of the ordinary there. And for this turn, I actually have so much money I can't spend it all, which means I'm going to buy another complex here, and I'm going to try to place it over there in Egypt. So for this turn, I'm going to buy 12 infantry, bomber, and a complex. First things first, let's take the freebies. It'll be nice to give Germany some extra income here. Well, let's hit this. This should be an IPC positive battle for us. Let's hit here with 3 units. I'd like to hit... I'd ideally like to hit this with... I think 2 is still an okay number. I don't want to trade too hard. And... do I want to... I want to add this bloke. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. The landing place is not to my liking. Maybe I'll hit here as well to try to swap the bomber positions, get a little bit more value. This is the most volatile fight I have. Should I send an extra infantry in here? Well, I think that's fine. I'm okay with sending 3 over to Kazakh because I want to trade with Russia. I don't want to trade as heavily with the US and UK, who have a lot of planes to be very efficient. All right, let's go with this. What does the calculator say? Is that good to continue on? The calculator says it is a profit, so I will go for it. It was not a profit, darn. Well, sometimes you get skunked when you do those sort of fights. Okay, well, everything else turned out okay. Put that there. We're gonna keep this treadmill going. Let's move these guys down here to protect my precious transports. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to vacate these guys here. I really would love to continue, but I can't. So I'm gonna pull my guys back. Let me see, is it better to go here? Because if I go here, it doesn't really make much of a difference, does it? Doesn't make much of a difference, does it? I think I will keep some fighters over here in order to have some units in range to trade Africa. Keep them there. Don't really care too much if he wants to take Anglo-Egypt, Sudan. So I'll just leave that empty. Actually, no, I think it's fine to keep it here. That way I can take French Equatorial if he goes after it. This guy next turn will move here to grab him. These units will move over here. Get the last island units scraped off. I think I'll keep the aircraft carrier. Well, maybe I should move the aircraft carrier here. to have a little bit more versatility in defending C-Zone 34. Because it is an important position. Not as important now. I guess he's going to land more units there, but I'll have a complex. I have this little stream coming from India. I think it's okay for me to focus on scooping up the islands for now. So I guess I don't need to put it there, do I? Where do I want the aircraft carrier? Maybe I'll just keep the aircraft carrier here to potentially defend Alaska if I want to keep the transport up. Because if he just buys a bomber, it'll be zoning me out. And if he buys a sub, at least that's something that won't be useful in other aspects of the game, whereas a bomber will always be useful. I mean, not always, but it's multi-purpose. This isn't as good a spot as I thought. Because when I'm here, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't really hit that spot, so maybe I'll just move the planes over here. Help zone out C-Zone 5 a bit more oomph. Maybe I can even stack it next turn without being terrified of losing my whole navy. Yeah, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4 with 2 fighters. Does bomber reach? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it can't. Okay, that should be safe. I think we're doing a good job of distracting the US. Buying ourselves time, giving Germany space. We're building up these stacks here. Actually, can I just stack Novo? I think I can. Right? How many units does he even have? Yeah, what the heck? Let's stack it. Can these fighters reach? They can. This is going to put a lot more pressure on him to force him to not stack Caucasus and Moscow with so much ease. It's a shame I can only have one fighter here. Can these guys reach? The bombers go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the bombers can reach, so that's a plus. Okay. I think that's about all we need to do. Ah, feels good to buy bombers again. I love buying bombers as Japan. Fighters are great and all, don't get me wrong, but they're not bombers. Just something about the 6 range on bombers that just zones out the whole map is quite refreshing. Alrighty, well that's it for now, and I'll catch you next time for Germany 12. Welcome back, it's Germany 12. Let's take a look at what General Jippy did. Bought a sub, 8 infantry, 2 artilleries, and another transport. That's a little surprising that he went up to 9 transports. It's a little annoying that he has that sub here, but at the same time, that's 6 IPCs not going after Germany, so... Oh, I'm not super thrilled about it. I will take it. For combat, took Belgian Congo, no losses. Hit Ukraine, another brazen air raid. Got it. And hit Archangel, lost 1. So pretty sweet turn for him. He's been risking his planes with these, light attacks, and unfortunately we haven't punished him yet. Russia, 6 infantry, hit Kazakh, killed 3, lost 2. Did a strafe on Persia. That's a little gutsy to strafe a 3-unit stack, but it worked. He killed 1, lost none. And killed 2, lost 2 in Vologda. So, alright, I'm just going to keep at it, buying more infantry. And I'm going to try to stack. I'm going to try to stack here now. Should be able to do it pretty safely. He's only got, let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 units. Yeah, even with a 2-1 attack, that shouldn't be wise for him. Let's do it like so. It's nice to be able to stack a territory that they can't trade you with. Can't trade it back. Really makes the allies rich once they can start trading all of these territories. Crane. Alright. Pretty good rolls for us. I guess that's average. You killed 4, lost 1. I'll put the bomber back here. Oh, for a moment I thought the bombers were in northwestern Europe. Let's move that full stack out. I double checked and it's still super safe in France. He just doesn't have any teeth. I guess maybe I could spare one extra unit. I don't know. Don't know if that's necessary. Should be very safe in Berlin. I'll double check though. I'll double check. Doesn't hurt to be cautious. Doesn't hurt to be cautious. He can reach it with 1 fighter, 8 units. US is 3 artillery, 5 infantry, 1 bomber, and I'm gonna have 10 infantry, 6 fighters. That's a 4. Oh, I can. It's a 0% chance because I can move these fighters up here, so no risk. 0% capture. Oh, I'm really happy with how I'm doing in Alaska. Look at this big hunk of units here. Yeah, next turn he's not going to have anything. Well, I guess if he moves these guys that away, he'll have something, but overall I'm quite pleased with my distraction tactics. He's sending more units to Africa, giving Germany room to breathe, and Japan room to get rich. Alright, 34 IPCs. Oh yeah, we took back Libya. I'm like, I thought I was 33. Feels good to get Africa back. Don't underestimate 1 IPC a turn. Now we're +7 after our turn. And income, he's stabilizing at 83. We're at 100. So we're 17 IPC richer than him every turn. I'm more than happy to keep the status quo, and I plan to. So that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 12. Welcome back. It's Japan 12. Let's take a look at what General Jippy did. Bought 7 units a turn. Finally cut his income down low enough where he can't do a full 8-unit buy. Hit Baltic, lost 1. Hit Bellow, lost 1. So decent hitbacks by us. Alright, this turn we're back on the 2-bomber a turn plan, and man does it feel good. Of course we're gonna take that little cheapie there. Do our best to take that. I'm like, oh, I can bomb Western US and accomplish nothing. All right. Let's put this bomber to work over there. I still don't have enough to stack Kaz, unfortunately. I might have enough planes to hit this, ironically, but I don't think that would be a good exchange. I have 8 planes, 2 infantry. No, that's not a good attack at all. Alright, we'll just go with this. Look at all that unnecessary hits. Lots of overkill. Let's do the Archangel fight. Great. And this is the most important one here. Hopefully it doesn't go as bad as that Western Canada fight where he got 3 hits on us and we only got... Okay. Good first round. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Can't be disappointed about that. I guess I can just leave these bombers here. They're safe, right? You can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be good. Alright, I am going to just keep barreling more units into Africa. I would ideally like him to give it up. I'm going to keep doing a 3-stack around... Yeah, around... Should I put fighters here? I probably shouldn't. UK can hit it. This can be the bomber's new home. Okay. Let's send... one guy here. Give him his escort. Another can go hither. He'll also get his very own personal battleship escort. We are done with... We're done with Alaska for the moment. Whoops. But I think I'm still going to use my units to transport more units in that direction. Units to transport units. Yeah, that's good grammar. I'm going to place all of my transports here because I don't really mind whether the units go to one of these places. I don't plan to kill Russia anytime soon. I'm playing the long game here. Actually, I'll put 3 infantry there. Keep forcing him to trade. And do I have any fighters that I can get in reach? These can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite. Not quite in reach. I would like to have the destroyer over here to zone him out. To zone the sub out, because they're a little annoying. right. Oh, feels so nice to get this Africa income back again. Every little IPC helps. If I get all 3 of these, it's like me getting an extra infantry and him getting 1 less. It's a 6 IPC gap every single turn. And my goal is to just have so many units in Africa that he just gives up. And so many bombers in France that he gives up. And then he's just going to be pigeonholed in Karelia. My income lead will be enormous, and we'll just walk into a win. That's my favorite win, is where I can just walk into it. I don't have to do anything exciting or heroic. Wish I had an extra fighter, though, in range of Alaska. Yeah, I'll just keep him here. He can figure something out later. Why am I keeping the destroyer here? I could keep it here, but no. I want to keep the destroyer here in case I want to go to Alaska. That's important. To zone out subs and bombers. Yeah, look at this. Just pumping out 16 units a turn as Japan. And these bombers are going to become a nightmare for him. It's going to make it increasingly difficult for him to move down into Africa and keep C-Zone 3 safe once I can transition them over to France. What's the attack power looking like? Yeah, we're starting to get a real hefty lead here. We're got like a 33 lead, and even with the US Russia double turn, though Russia is doing remarkably well. Jippy's doing a fantastic job on the Russian front. We just have more money. We have more planes. We trade more efficiently. We're just stalling the game out. Germany is in absolutely no threat of trouble. He's having to spend so many units just to keep the fighters in Moscow so he can guard these 2 territories, which is doing damage, but it's allowing me to be super greedy with my Berlin defense, which I'm quite thankful for. All right, that's it for now. Catch you next time for Germany 13. Welcome back. It's Germany 13. Let's take a look at what General Jippy did. Bought 13 infantry, bombed us in Berlin for 1, took South Africa, Alaska no losses, got a nice result here in Archangel. Really nice result. We killed 2 infantry and a fighter. Well done. And we finally shot down one of his air raids in Belgian Congo, so pretty good turn there. Russia bought 6, hit Kazakh. It's nice we're getting him to trade. Hit Vologda. We lost 2. He lost. Wow. Terrible rolls by him here. See, we lost 2. He lost 2. Yeah, that was a really bad turn for him. Okay. I'm just going to keep buying lots of land units. I'm going to take Caucasus because I don't want him to air raid this as UK and prevent me from getting it. I know it's ideal for Japan to take it, but, you know, it's 4 IPCs is 4 IPCs, you know? So I'll take it if I can. Don't really have much to attack. This should be safe, right? He's got, 24. You know what? I'm feeling in a very comfortable position. I should probably just plug it into the calculator to see what it thinks my odds are here against. I'll just assume he gets the hit back. And well, he can't really hit me too many times because I can get the fighters go 1, 2, 3. Wait, the fighters can go 1, 2, 3. No, they can't reach, but these ones can. 7. He has 7 infantry, 4 artillery, 5 fighters, and then the U.S. can follow up with 7, 2. How many fighters? He put some of his fighters down there. I guess he's only got 3 now. He's been burning some of his planes. Then if he finishes it off with Russia, yeah, his odds are absolutely awful. There's no way he goes for this. No way he goes for this. I sure hope we can one-round them. Can 24 units do it? I barely got 2 hits with 24! Wowzers. Wowzers. Alright. Got it. Rolls were not the best, but, hey. What can you do? I'm gonna start keeping super overkill from now on. I think I'd like to shift my stack up to Northwestern Europe to maybe get the fighters involved. I mean, he doesn't really have any air that can reach. That's a problem. I'd like to get my bomber stack in Northwestern Europe so I can add fighters there with it, but it's just a little awkward to do that sort of transition. This might be the best time, though. He can't hit this, right? He doesn't have any planes in range. I'll just keep it like this. Let's quickly calculate what it would look like if UK were to hit France, but I don't think the odds are going to be compelling. Actually, they are a little compelling. Yeah, I think I'm starting to feel progressively more ahead with this game. So I'm just trying to say, how can I lose? And I then want to avoid that situation, so... I think I'm good here, like this. It's going to be a little awkward for one turn, but we should be able to adapt. And yeah, my income's feeling very nice. And his, well, I guess he does have enough transports there. Now he has not enough transports and too many infantry. I have to decide if I want to hit this, which I don't think I do. 8 stacks, a pretty hefty commitment by him. Okay. All right, 39. That feels good. Getting... Oh, yeah, we got Caucasus, and we got Algeria and Libya back, so that's nice. Wonder if he's going to go for French Madagascar. Feels like a little bit of a waste for him to move his navy so far out of the way, but to each his own. And if we look at the scoreboard, you can see we have a very healthy lead now after our turn. 28 attack power. The income is really starting to kick in. And you can see just poor United Kingdom just sitting at 17 IPCs a turn. They're gonna retake a little here, but it's gonna get worse. And I'm just gonna keep it up, keep building bombers over here, keep up taking Africa, and eventually our income should overwhelm Jippy. Knowing Jippy, he's probably planning some sort of all-in, like hitting with the UK here, and then buying an aircraft carrier to hit here, or some wild all-in. But I ran the numbers, and it's like still a 0% capture for Germany, so... Alright, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 13. Alright, well, it looks like General Jippy threw in the towel. What happened here? About 6-1. Looks like he went for the YOLO on France. Looks like he got a little better than the what was the average result for him to go against 9 infantry and a bomber? Did I have an AA gun in there? No, I didn't. What did he hit with? 6-2? 2 cruisers? Actually, he got better than average. I was supposed to lose 6. And I lost 7. Traded Baltic, average. Traded Ukraine. Got hit back there, but I think he saw the writing was on the wall. Like, I was about to gobble up all of Africa. Germany is really safe right now, and no, chance of dying. And I'm gonna start stacking planes in northwestern Europe with fighters, and I'm just gonna force him to keep buying navy defense, which is not what he wants to do. So I can't blame him for going for a YOLO play and throwing in the towel. This was a wild game. I felt I had a bad start. Then I had a great round. And then I just have a bunch of tiny little battles move against me. And the game got a little scary, but we pulled it out in the end. This was a lot. This is by far the longest game I've ever played with General Jippy. I don't think he likes long games. He tries to finish them fast. So anyway, that's it for now. Thank you everyone for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I really appreciate if you would do so, assuming you like the content, of course. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought of our play this game. I don't. It's a little unusual. I felt. I don't know. I didn't feel like I made any mistakes, like really big mistakes, like when I was playing the game. But the way it played out, it felt. I don't know. It didn't flow in the way I expected. So. All right. That's it for now, and I'll catch you guys next time. Blacktide out.